Welcome to LexChat. My name is LexC, singer, rapper, writer, recording engineer, model, all-around entertainer, and thank you so much for joining me today. This show is dedicated to music and entertainment, where we talk about the industry and the business, and we help each other to become better artists. You can catch these chats live on Instagram at LexCATL. That's at LEXCATL on Instagram and YouTube every Wednesday night. Hello, everybody who's tuned in live every Wednesday night to be part of the conversation. If you missed the live, you can hear the replay on Wednesdays. You can hear the replay on Mondays at 8 a.m. on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. If you're listening or watching on YouTube, please be sure to like the video with a thumbs up, leave comments to continue the conversation, subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content. If you are listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give me a 5 out of 5 star rating and leave a review. All of these things really help me by telling the algorithms that this is a good piece of content that they should push in front of larger audiences. So I would greatly appreciate it if you did that for me. And if you'd like to go the extra mile in supporting me, then please consider becoming a patron of mine on patreon.com/LexCATL. That's patreon.com/LexCATL. And for as little as $5 per month, you'll be supporting me and getting early access to content. This week on LexChat, I want this episode to be chill. I just finished doing my taxes earlier today, and I don't feel like being serious for real, okay? So today, I'm going to get into some confessions and unpopular opinions. And for anyone tuned in live on Instagram or YouTube right now, whatever y'all chime in on, that's what we're going to talk about, all right? So some of my confessions and unpopular opinions include why I don't like going out, how I secretly don't like music, ooh, shocker there, why I don't want to raise my kids with y'all's kids, and a few other topics. I got 14 total, so if that sounds interesting to you and you want to get in on the shenanigans, then please stay tuned. Today's featured song is Smoke and Mirrors by LexC, available on all streaming platforms. Here's a sneak peek.
Smoke and mirrors makes it much harder to see. Learning from you makes it clearer. You gave me all I would need.
Alrighty. First and foremost, I want to say happy birthday to my papa, my father. I hope you enjoy your day. And one of these days, I'm going to find a gift that you can really enjoy. I really want you to have a good birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. And before we get into the topic for today, I want to start off by giving a shout out to my sponsors. Patron shout out to Mr. Flat Shoals, who is a patron of mine. Thank you so much for supporting me in a way that I can feel. If you would like to become a patron of mine, get early access to content and shout outs on LexChat, you can do so by going to patreon.com/LexCATL. Another perk of patrons that I just decided is that you'll be automatically entered into giveaways that I'm hosting. So that's another perk there. But again, you got to become a patron at patreon.com/LexCATL. That's patreon.com/LexCATL. Next up, we have Ebb Slade. Shout out to Ebb Slade for hair and makeup. Get both done in one place. Ebb Slade gives full hair service and full makeup service with each visit, if you choose to get both done in one stop. She washes, detangles, shampoos, conditions, dries, braids it down, and styles, all included in the price. Full service, okay? Ooh, and I hit the microphone, sorry. Full service. Walk in looking basic and you walk out looking like a baddie. That's the tagline I decided to use for her services because that's how I feel every time I walk in and I walk out, all right? Her prices are extremely competitive and she only focused on me until the look was completely finished. I love her work, and if you love what you've seen her do for me, book her for yourself or for a friend or a family member. Because right now, Ebb Slade is doing a special through Valentine's Day. All hair services, this is kind of crazy, all hair services are just $50, and all makeup services are just $20. If you are in the Atlanta area, please make sure you take advantage of this deal. This is going on through Valentine's Day, okay? Eb Slade is based in Atlanta, Georgia. Go follow her and book her services by going to Instagram at Eb Slade. That's at EBSLAYED on Instagram, and tell her Lexi sent you. Next up is G.L.O.R.Y Apparel. G.L.O.R.Y stands for God's Love Over Rebellious Youth. You can shop the brand at godsloveoverrebelliousYouth.store. Their mission is to show people how loved they are by God. Check out the first collection, Loved Ones, which I am a featured model for. A percentage of all sales from this collection will be donated to helping people get help. We want to see our people be healthy, emotionally, and mentally. So every month we will be paying for as many people as we can to go to therapy. Through your purchases, you will help people all over the world find safe spaces to process their life experiences in a healthy way that will ultimately lead to a healthy life. If you resonate with that message and you like what you see, you can shop the look at godsloveoverrebelliousYouth.store, or you can visit their Instagram page at G.L.O.R.Y Apparel 1 and click on the link in their bio to shop. If you'd like to become a sponsor of LexChat and advertise your services or products, you can contact me through Instagram at LexCATL. That's Instagram at LEXCATL. Send me an email at lexisolo@gmail.com. That's LEXCSOLO@gmail.com. Please don't forget the C. Or you can send me a text message to 404-692-1299. That's a text message to 404-692-1299. Thank you to all of my sponsors. Now, let's go ahead and turn on this video camera. Get that rolling. Yeah. I'm looking real nerdy, y'all. Real nerdy and nappy over here. And guess what? We're owning it. So let's get into these announcements, all right? First thing I wanted to start with is my golden package finally arrived from G.L.O.R.Y. Oh, let's not show that part. The golden package has finally arrived. I wanted to open this live. I started opening it, but you know, I wanted to make sure that I actually got that authentic reaction. So let's see what we get in the golden package. The golden package, this is to commemorate the release of Majestic Constellations, which is the latest album that Child MC is releasing. And oh my gosh. Okay, so what is this first thing we have here? This says Cosmic Aliens on the front. Gotta make sure my camera can see it. This says Cosmic Aliens. What's in this pouch? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So here's a card with a mysterious man. Child, intergalactic hip hop soul music. Okay, so this is a business card, childmc.com. Gotta show love. Child is a big supporter. Child is a big supporter, so we gotta show love. Ooh, is this a sticker? Yeah. Majestic Constellations sticker. I love that graphic. Actually, but it feels like it feels weight, like a magnet, but this is definitely a sticker. Oh, I could probably stick it on my computer. Oh, I'm not even showing Instagram. I'm so sorry. I'm focused on the there was something else that fell out. It was like a circle. Was it another sticker? Oh yeah, it didn't come out. There we go. So I showed y'all that, showed y'all this piece, show Instagram again. We got a sticker that says ciao. Ciao. All right. And then this is a copy of the CD. How cute. So it comes in this. Hey, and there are stars and planets in the background. OMG. And on the back, oh, thank God he spelled my name properly. We have a track list on the back. Beautiful. And I don't know which number this is. It's the second to last track, I think, called You, featuring LexC. And he made the CD look like a vinyl. That is so cute. And that is very creative too, because printing up vinyls is actually quite expensive. People have suggested that I do it, but they don't want to pay for me to do it. So, you know, whole nother conversation. What else do we have in this goodie bag, this package, this golden package? I see a couple of shirts. Ooh. Oh, wait a minute. No, it's ooh, candy. Look at this, custom M&Ms. That's so cute. And on the M&Ms, it actually says ciao on the back. I wonder if I can get that to show up on camera. That is so cool. We about to crack these open right now because I'm a little hungry. All right. There is a t-shirt, very big t-shirt. This is probably going to be a dress on me. What's up, Dunlap? This says Majestic Constellation. Y'all can see that. Wonderful. Dang, what size is this, my boy? Y'all know I'm tiny, right? This is an XL, an extra large. Oh yeah. This is getting turned into a dress, or I'm gonna sleep in it. And then there's this cool hat that says Cosmic Aliens Entertainment. Beautiful. I love this color. I love this color. So thank you so much, Chow, for the golden package. I forget what date he told me the album is releasing on, but yo, A1 marketing. A1. And we're gonna eat these as we go. Or let's just throw them on the desk. Let's just throw them on the desk. Oh no, what if they're nasty? I think they'll be good. It's chocolate. I just want my camera to focus on it one good time. Well, anyway. Thank you so much, child. And the candy tastes delicious, just like M&Ms. So y'all seen all that beautiful merchandise. Y'all know that LexC has some merchandise of her own as well. I've got lighters, LexC burn lighters with built-in bottle opener. So if you smoking and if you drinking, LexC got you covered. We have the #winner, #keeper wristbands in every color of the rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, white, black. Did I say yellow already? Got all those colors. I also have #winner sun visors, you know. And then I have posters. If you're watching on YouTube, right, then you can see these artistic posters in the background. Let me turn it so y'all can see the sexy LexC posters. It's those right there. All of this stuff. And maybe I shouldn't have put the chocolate in because I feel like I'm more focused on chewing right now. But all of this stuff is available on my website, www.LexCATL.com. So please remind yourself that you are a winner and a keeper with some of my merchandise. And yeah, thank y'all so much. Next announcement, Panyarder's Mass Band launch on Sunday, February 19th. Maybe eating and doing this at the same time might not be a good idea. But Sunday, February 19th, Panyarder's Mass Band is Atlanta's #1 carnival costume designer and producer. And on February 19th, that's a Sunday, they will be presenting their designs for 2023. I am one of the models presenting a costume, and this is my first time doing a fashion show like this. I'm going to be dancing in a full costume, and hopefully they give me a headdress as well. But it's going to be the big feather costume, right? The theme is allure, and I am a part of the Angelica group. There is also the Provocateur group. We each have our own colors, and each costume gets more and more intense as each lady from the group is presented. So I hope to see you for my first year performing with them. The launch will be held at Caribbean Connection Cultural Center at 2620 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Although sometimes it does show up as Stonecrest, so keep that in mind. Tickets are available for purchase at vipssocio.com/events/Panyardersmass. Tickets are ranging in price from $15 to $30, depending on when you buy them. So make sure you get them early, because the early bird tickets are the $15 ones. But as it gets closer to the actual day, it's gonna bump up to $30, okay? So again, if you want to get tickets, you can go to my website, LexCATL.com. And the first thing you should see when you get onto my website is the link for the tickets. So check that out. Next up is 90s Sitcom Prom, presented by the Black Market Network. The Black Market Network. This is the first annual 90s Sitcom Prom being held on Saturday, February 25th, all day at Atlanta Utility Works in East Point, Georgia. Okay? That's Atlanta Utility Works at 2903 R.N. Martin Street, East Point, Georgia. Myself, along with many others, will be performing live starting at 8 p.m. So please make sure you come check it out in your best 90s outfit. I think I've decided that I might want to dress up as like an Aaliyah inspired kind of situation. Soundslinger Studio says, let me take you to dinner. Oh, what's up, baby? Take me to dinner or something. But anyway, yeah, the show starts at live. The show starts at 8 p.m. Look at you. You got me blushing and stuttering and fumbling over my words. But I, myself, along with other performers, we're going to be starting at 8 p.m. So please make sure you come check it out in your best 90s outfit. And I think I'm going to do an Aaliyah inspired outfit. The pop-up market is free, but to show me extra love and support for this show and to help put a little money into my pocket, when you go to the Eventbrite, scroll all the way down until you see GA Live Party and Show LexC. Tickets are $15 and I get 100% of my ticket sales if anybody cares, okay? So you'd be helping to put money in my pocket. Come out for some 90s nostalgia and come party and drink like it's 1999. See you there. Next up, I have a new announcement. I have been nominated for Best Engineer of the Year. I was nominated as well as Lex the Engineer, Low Key, Juice God, Flyboy Breeze, Nelson Cruz, OG Frat Bona, He the Artist, and YZDB. Thank you so much to Black Only Soul Awards and everyone who put me in position to be nominated. I don't know how it was considered, but I'm really honored to be in the conversation in Atlanta, y'all. That's amazing. That is so amazing. The award show will be held on March 4th, 2023 in Atlanta, Georgia at VS1 ATL Studio at 535 Millam Avenue Southwest. That's in Atlanta, Georgia, okay? Now, go to www.bosoulawards.com to purchase tickets for the show. They are ranging anywhere from $65 to $70, but to help me win, I have to get the most votes, okay? To vote for me, you're going to go to that website, bosoulawards.com. You're going to see the word vote nice and big in the middle, okay? Scroll down a little bit and you'll see boxes where you can enter in who you are voting for. Put LexC, LEXC. What category? The category is Best Engineer. Type in your email address and answer whether or not you're following NTI TV Network and BO Soul Awards on Instagram, okay? And I need to go ahead and put these in my show notes. I forgot to put some things in last episode's show notes, but I am going to make it up, I promise. This is my first time being nominated for anything, so I'm really excited. So y'all, please, let's get it in with the votes. Soundslinger Studio says, I'm not playing, LOL, and I just invite you to set up a date. See, yeah, that's not good. Don't ask me out and then tell me to tell you. Ask my availability, right? And then we set up from there. I don't need to know what we're doing, but you take the initiative of figuring out my schedule, okay? And that's how we'll do that. But alrighty, next up is Next Sound Studio Live.
Let's do this! Are you ready for a comeback? Are you ready to fly? Are you ready for the moment? Get ready to ride. Calling all the fighters, calling on survivors. Are you up all nighters? We can take it higher. Let's do this! Let's do this! Are you ready for a comeback? Are you ready to fly? Let's do this! Are you ready for the moment? Get ready to die. Let's do this! Oh, you know we're gonna do this. Oh, you know we're gonna do this. Let's do this! Let's do this!
I went to the Bronx, New York to perform for a show. It's called Next Sound Studio Live, and I am kicking off season 5 as the premiere episode. The premiere airs on Thursday, March 23rd on YouTube. The pre-show starts at 8:30 and my segment airs 9 o'clock right after. So join me on Thursday, March 23rd online for the premiere. I will be watching it live along with all of y'all and I'm going to be in the chat, okay? I think it's going to be really fun. I'm excited. I've already seen the cuts for the show. And yeah, I just did my interview. What was that? Sunday? I did a day trip. It was a lot of fun. So yeah, y'all check that out. And I'll make sure to put that in the show notes as well. All right. Next thing. New song alert, Smoke and Mirrors. You heard the introduction at the top of the episode. This is my first gospel song, and it's available on all streaming platforms. This was produced by Maurice Beats. Shout out to Maurice Beats. If you're listening to the playback of this episode, Smoke and Mirrors is playing in the background. Make sure you check it out on your favorite streaming platform and let me know what you think. Make reels and TikToks to it, sing to it, whatever. I hope it inspires you and I hope it helps you. It is a really great message behind the song, okay? To celebrate the release of Smoke and Mirrors, I'm giving away a total of $100 worth of gift cards and cash prizes, okay? Each week, I have been drawing names. 5 winners each have been getting $20 gift cards or $20 cash directly to their CashApp or Apple Pay, whichever one they decide, okay? 3 winners have already been selected at Detroit Dope, at Child MC, and at lit_train25. 2 of them opted to get a direct payment to their Cash App, and the other opted to get a physical gift card sent through the mail. Lit_train25, that should be to you hopefully by Friday, by the end of this week. I'll check in with you to see if you got it yet. But today is the 4th drawing for the giveaway. If you followed the rules to be entered and you did what I asked to get extra entries, all right, then you had the opportunity to win as little as $20 all the way up to the full $100 if the odds were ever so in your favor. So if you've entered once, you're entered for all 5 drawings, assuming that your name didn't get pulled for one, you know what I'm saying? And assuming that you got enough entries to be considered in all 5 drawings, all right? So if you're a patron of mine, your name was automatically entered 5 times or as much as your tier level. So if you pay $5 a month, your name was in 5 times. If you paid $10 a month, your name got in 10 times, so on and so forth. May the odds be ever in your favor. Let's see who is winning this draw today. And the winner is... oh, who is it? Hey, I knew it. I knew it was going to be you. God told me. He did. Praise the Lord. Official Mr. Flat Shoals 74. One of these days, I'm going to enter in some hand claps. Congratulations to my patron. Listen, I just got through telling y'all, if you're a patron of mine, you were automatically entered into the giveaway, and Mr. Flat Shoals is a patron. Congratulations to official Mr. Flat Shoals 74. You are the 4th winner of this drawing, okay? So you're gonna get a $20 gift card, or let me know if you prefer for me to send you your payment through Cash App or Apple Pay or something like that. I'll be sending you a message after LexChat, so please make sure you respond within 24 hours. If you're interested in entering the giveaway, this is your last chance at winning a little bit of money. I have pinned the Smoke and Mirrors post to the top of my page. Make sure you follow the rules exactly as I say in the post and in the caption. To enter the giveaway, you have to be doing at least 3 things, okay? You have to follow me at LexCATL on Instagram. That's at LEXCATL on Instagram. You have to like the Smoke and Mirrors post that is pinned at the top of my page. You have to comment Smoke and Mirrors or comment with Smoke and Mirrors emojis. This is iPhone and Android friendly, okay? To get extra entries, you can tag up to 5 people for 5 extra entries. You can share the post to your stories daily to get extra entries daily. So 1 story post a day equals 1 extra one extra entry into the giveaway. And make sure you tag me. That's important as well. You can buy and or download Smoke and Mirrors on iTunes and send me a screenshot for 10 extra entries, okay? Winners are drawn at random. I will reach out. If you don't respond within 24 hours, the next draw will get your prize. So again, make sure you're following me on Instagram and pay attention to my Instagram page to enter the giveaway. The last giveaway announcement is going to be made next week, February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. All right. Hopefully you win. If you ain't had a date, you can take that $20 and go buy yourself a sandwich somewhere. I kid, but also I'm very serious. So there's still time for you to enter to win, but for now, congratulations to official Mr. Flat Shoals for being the 4th winner of the Smoke and Mirrors giveaway. Yay! Now, let's get into the hot take. All right. what is the hot take today? Like I mentioned in the announcements, I will be kicking off season 5 of Next Sound Studio Live. My episode premieres on Thursday, March 23rd at 9 p.m. on YouTube. Please join me in the premiere. I'm going to be live in the chat, all right? This is an online premiere on YouTube. I'll be live in the chat. Now, I flew to New York 2 times to film this show. The first time was for the performance portion, and the second time was for the interview portion. My hair was done for the performance portion, and the second time for the interview portion, right? My hair was not done. And I thought to myself, why don't I feel like my hair is done just because I don't have a wig glued down or a weave sewn into my head? So my hot take this week is that a lot of y'all, and by y'all, I mean Black women specifically, are not as confident as you think you are. And this is probably gonna land me in some hot water. That's literally what today's episode is all about. But as I was on my way to New York to film the interview portion, I wasn't able to get an appointment with my hairstylist so I could get my hair done for this occasion, right? And I noticed that I was stressed out, and I was in my head about going to do this interview because I didn't have my hair done, and I didn't necessarily have the money to go to a stylist that I don't know because I'm used to going to the same person by now, right? And I'm also freaking out because it's like, oh my gosh, my weekend is slammed. I don't really have the time to do my hair myself. And what am I gonna look like going on camera and my hair is not done? Okay, so those of you who are watching live and those who are going to be watching the playback of this on YouTube, I have a filter on Instagram right now. It's a very pretty filter. I have my natural nappy hair and I have my nerd glasses on right now. These are blue light blockers because I'm always on the phone all day. I'm always on the computer all day, editing, sending text messages, doing some kind of marketing or just something on a device. And being on these devices all day, it gives me a headache. So I got these blue light blockers and I've had them on all day long because I've been doing taxes as well. But my hot take this week, right, is I should not have to feel like I look less beautiful just because I don't have on a glued on wig, I don't have a sew-in, just because I don't have these long eyelashes, just because I don't have long acrylic tips on my fingernails. Everything about me right now is natural. My hair looks kinky and nappy. I'm wearing glasses and I don't have acrylics on my hands. These are my natural eyebrows. I rub them and they don't wipe off. These are my natural eyelashes. I do have eyelashes. They just look a little thin on camera, but and so I had to remind myself that while going to New York, instead of like freaking out about, oh my gosh, I don't have my hair done, I don't have a weave, I don't have a wig. Instead, I decided, I'm like, F it. You know what? If I say I am as confident as I am, then why am I freaking out about the fact that my hair is not glued down? My hair is not, I don't have a sew-in, I don't have braids or whatever, Why am I freaking out because I'm not fitting what today's beauty trend is right now? And so I thought to myself, you know what? Let me chill out and let me just bask in how I look naturally. I am very proud, and this is not shade to anybody. This is just me loving on myself. I am very proud of the fact that I have hair growing out of my head that I can style. It's kinky right now, but this is all my real hair. And I'm glad that I have real eyebrows at the end of the day. I'm glad that my eyelashes are healthy. When you look at me on camera, this is not a filter, except on Instagram. Y'all don't count. But when you look at me on camera, I don't have a filter. This is my skin. My skin glows because I drink water and I try to make sure I eat right, even though I had 2 donuts today. But I take care of myself. I work out. I drink water. These are my natural nails, which I can grow because I'm not damaging them with the acrylics. I went through the phase and my nails look beautiful, y'all, with the acrylics. They look beautiful, but they look even more beautiful and they still look feminine and dainty with my natural nails. And I have like this natural French look on my nails anyway. And my nails are growing naturally and they're strong and they just look pretty. And that's an indicator that I also have a good diet and just all these good things. But my point for this hot take is that we should not, as women, feel bad about coming anywhere in our natural form. So I should not feel bad stepping out of the house with my hair looking like this. And that's why I'm able to be on YouTube looking like this. I don't cake on makeup to do these YouTube videos, to do this LexChat while I have this camera going. I don't throw on makeup. I don't throw on lashes. I don't throw on a wig. I don't even get dressed. Like, I'm in my night clothes right now, but I'm so comfortable in that because I like how I look. And I took a long time to love how I look naturally. And how can I say that I love myself naturally if every time I have the opportunity to show myself naturally, I don't take it because I'm worried about not fitting into the current beauty trends? It shouldn't matter. And especially being an artist too, I had this thought. I need to make sure that I am confident in what I look like, because there's always going to be somebody trying to make me feel bad about not having the latest, not being within the latest beauty trends. You know, people will literally try to make you feel bad for not having a bust down wig with the edges glued down. Honestly, like, I've had these styles before. It looks great in pictures, but when you see it in person, you can see the lace lifting. You can see the fake baby hairs. You can see the glue and how it stiffens up around the edges. And I'm lucky that I still have my edges because I actually had a lot of irritation from the glue from before. I don't manipulate my skin that much. I don't manipulate my scalp that much, so it's not used to, and it can't take that much glue and product anyway. But, you know, people will literally try to make you feel bad for not fitting into the beauty standard. And that fits into when I did the hot take on toxic beauty trends. That's a part of the toxicity of it. I get called ugly. I get called broke. I get called dirty or nasty sometimes because I'm not looking like what the current standard is. And the current standard is long weave that's jet black and there's a bust down part and the crazy baby hairs and it's glued down to your head, or the sew-in that's crazy length all the way down to your butt, or maybe even sometimes passed down to your knees, which I will never understand that. But the hot take is a lot of y'all are not as confident as you proclaim to be, because if you were, you would be able to walk in any situation looking any kind of way and still be like, yo, I'm the ish. I feel great. I don't need to conform to whatever because I like how I look and I can achieve anything in my natural form. This hair, these extensions don't define me. These lashes don't define me. These fake nails don't define me. How can you say you're confident when you're always adding foreign things to yourself? It doesn't make sense to me. So I would like to encourage every woman, not just black women, but I was speaking to y'all specifically because we are mostly the ones that I see doing these fake styles and just adding all this unnecessary stuff to ourselves. I just want to say that let's do better with actually loving on ourselves and actually liking ourselves and actually accepting our features. Because the other layer to it that I'm not going to get into, when I have a daughter, I hope I have a daughter. When I have kids, I want them to like themselves for who they naturally are. But I should be leading by example first and foremost. And if I'm not able to do that for myself, how am I going to raise kids who are going to do better than me in life? And how am I going to raise kids to be confident and they see that I'm not confident in myself? That's taking it to a whole nother level, but you know, that's my hot take on the matter. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. We got some people live saying, is it women who make you feel bad? It is women who make me feel bad. The Radicales, it is women. Soundslinger Studio says, I actually think you look better natural, but you're beautiful when you're made up also. Thank you. The makeup and the hair and the lashes is meant to be an enhancement of what we look like naturally. But a lot of women have taken it so far to where they don't even look like themselves. And so they get into the pattern, they get into the mindset of not looking like themselves. So they feel like they're not as good when they don't have all these things on because they're turned into a completely different person. Like it's not meant to be witchcraft. It's meant to be enhancing and highlighting your natural features. It's not meant to be witchcraft. Soundslinger Studio says, wifey type when you're natural. Right. And ladies, I'm gonna leave off on this. It is not meant to be witchcraft. It is meant to be a highlight and an enhancement of what you naturally bring to the table. So if you add on all this stuff and you look completely different, and B Radically said it's a costume. If you take off this mask of makeup and you don't look like the same person, then you might have some self-love issues. You might have some self-esteem issues. So that's my hot take on the matter. Like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. But we're going to get into the LexChat this week. And it's not a very serious episode. We're just talking some smack, you know, confessing some things and getting into some unpopular opinions. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then please stay tuned and we'll get into the LexChat after these messages.
Goddamn, raise your hand if you working hard. Goddamn, raise your hand if you know you say, yeah. She work, hey, she work, hey, she work, okay, yeah. She work, hey, she work, okay, she work, she say. You can tell them that you say, you can tell them that you say.
Alrighty, this week on LexChat. Oh, I almost forgot to put my camera on. This week on LexChat, I want to have a chill episode. My head hurts from finishing taxes earlier today, and I don't feel like talking about anything too serious. So, today's LexChat is pretty much a lot of random things going on. I wrote a list of random thoughts, both music related and personal. These are things that just randomly popped into my head. If you are tuned in live on Instagram or on YouTube right now, please feel free to join the conversation or ask me any questions about some of the outrageous things that I'm about to say. Without further ado, I guess let's just get right into it, okay? Number one, I'm disconnected from the music that's been coming out the past 5 to 10 years. And if you know me personally, then you already know why that is. I'm disconnected because I don't like the music that's been coming out the past 5-10 years, at least the mainstream stuff, right? I will admit that maybe I've been lazy, but there's also a sense of I like listening to myself, and I don't really want to be influenced by a lot of the trash that's been coming out. So for me, those are reasons why I don't listen to the mainstream music that's been coming out, and reasons why I have not taken the initiative to seek out lesser known or underground artists who may be really dope, but I just don't know about them because I'm literally wrapped up in my own world when it comes to this music stuff. But if y'all checked out the Image of Mocha with Devin Nash episode that I did last week, like I said, with Devin Nash, we kind of got into, we got into another reason why I haven't really been liking the music from the past 5-10 years. And that's because the messaging. Granted, there have always been times where, you know, the messaging has not been like the most profound, but I feel like the creativity has been lost. There's a lot of mediocrity. There's a lot of, what's the word I was gonna use? There's a lot of mediocrity, and I don't know, like, it's just boring. Everybody's been saying the same exact thing for years, and the only thing that's been saving y'all were the beats, but now the beats all sound the same to me too. And Atlanta wants to pride itself on like leading this movement with trap music, but what is something that's classic and of substance that has come out of Atlanta in the past 5-10 years? Don't say Migos, because I will have to disagree with you, and y'all may not like me for this, but yeah, that's my opinion. I don't like the music. The messaging sucks. It's toxic, and people don't want to be honest about the fact that music influences people's mindsets, whether you want it to or not. Okay, Maurice Beats says Outkast. All right, you know what? Touche. Chris's? Who is that? I haven't heard of that before. From Atlanta? Or not Atlanta, just in the past 5-10 years. But those acts came out years ago. Yeah, I would agree with Outkast. Goody Mob? Nah. I don't know. Crisscross is, no, we're talking the past 5-10 years. The past 5-10 years. Yeah, a lot of the stuff that's been coming out is toxic. I don't understand how anybody really connects to it. And I don't understand, maybe I think too deeply about it. Maybe I should just shut up and accept what's being thrown at me. But a lot of people don't understand, like, everybody's feeling anxious and don't have a value for life and don't value the connection between man and woman anymore because of the kind of music that's coming out. And like I said, in whether you want to admit it or not, music plays a big role in the consciousness of society. And the music is it's an indication that our society is in a poor state. And that's why I don't listen to music for real from the past 5-10 years. I mean, unless it's been like Nicki Minaj. Luckily, she's had like a mixture of songs. She's done the ratchet. She's done the deep stuff that, helped us to get to know who she is. She gives the bars. She gives the metaphors. She's like really the main one I could think of. And like I mentioned on last week's Hot Take, Doja Cat, I'm excited for. Of course, there's Beyonce. She's the queen. Come on. And congratulations, because she's now the most decorated artist of all time with 32 Grammys, I believe. That's what I heard. Congratulations to Beyonce. Sure wish I could get some tickets, but honestly, I ain't trying to spend my money. She knows what she doing, giving us this around tax season. She does this every time. Every time she's about to come out with a tour, she comes around tax season announcing stuff. So whatever little money y'all thought y'all were getting, go ahead and hand it over to Beyonce. Cause you about to pay $1,000 for nosebleeds. So I can only imagine what being right up front looks like. Oh God, how much do you think she would charge for doing like meet and greet? Does Beyonce do meet and greets? Maurice Beat says Usher is a classic act that comes out of Atlanta and still working in today's music. That's true. Usher is a great example. That is a great example. People, including myself, people forget about Usher. So let me go on to the next one. Number 2, next confession or unpopular opinion. Number 2 is I'm the bad guy in some people's stories. Yes, that's right. I know. Shocking. I am the bad guy in somebody's story. And the reason I put this in here is because I recently went through, I wouldn't call it drama with a friend. I still consider this person a friend, but I don't know if this person still considers me a friend because of how things went down. And just to respect his situation, I'm not going to talk about it, but because of me protecting my boundaries and keeping my word to myself, it sucks for the other person on the receiving end. And this is a life's truth that I want everyone to realize. You are going to be the bad guy in somebody's story. You're not going to be the good person in every story. You're not going to be the impact in everybody's life that you want to be. And that is just a truth that I feel like we should all come to terms with. You can't possibly be liked by everybody. Let me move this microphone real quick. You can't possibly be liked by everybody, and you're not going to be as impactful to everybody as you think you are. So I'm the bad guy in somebody's story. Number 3, or perhaps I should wait a little bit. Does anybody have anything to say on that? Going once, going twice. I know there's a bit of a delay on that, but yeah. Maurice Beat says it's some truth to that. Yeah. I'm sure this person, I don't know. It could be some shame there. There's definitely disappointment on my end. Disappointment in this person. But I've done what I could do, and now I have to protect my peace and protect my integrity to myself. So I'm going to leave it on that note because I can't really get into that for real. Number 3, going out to networking events is not natural for me. I'm naturally an introvert. People think I do such a great job at networking, but I literally have to fight through a lot of anxiety to go out to these events. Why did I feel the need to confess that? Because I'm thinking about when I went into the studio with somebody and they see how I act online and they booked me expecting to get LexChat, LexC, you know, bubbly, cracking jokes, free. But I don't know why y'all would expect LexChat, LexC to be at the studio. Studio Lex is a different beast than LexChat, LexC. LexChat is entertainment and informational. But when I'm in the studio, it's not about me and my personality. You're going to enjoy the experience of working with me, okay? But why y'all hitting so hard next door? Damn. You're gonna enjoy the experience of working with me. However, when I'm in the studio, my intention is to make sure that you walk out with something that you can be proud of. Now, I'm very proud to announce that I've decided to try something that will hopefully help some of my clients, because a lot of them will complain about like not being able to afford everything that comes with, you know, recording, mixing, and mastering. So then it's hard to even get to the video portion because the recording portion is so expensive. So side note, I'm offering regular rate for engineering, but there's an upgraded rate of $75 per hour. And that is for me to engineer you, mix and master as I go, and vocally produce you. So you can get those things up front. So like you have a higher likelihood of leaving with a truly finished product from the studio. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, this particular client that I work with, he was expecting LexChat, LexC, but when I'm in the studio, I want you to get the best possible thing that we can get in whatever time that you allotted for yourself. It's not all kiki and haha when I'm in the studio. It's, do you want to do that take again? It's, you know, you kind of fumbled on the word the. Do you want to re-say that line so we can get it right, so we can get you a product that you're going to be proud of when you leave here? So all of that ties into, you know, going out to networking events is not natural for me. I am a naturally very happy person, but I am most comfortable in small, intimate settings with people who I really like being around. I don't do the best when I'm in a large group setting in front of people who are like expecting me to want to impress them, because that's really what a lot of this stuff ends up being, especially when you get to like the industry events. People think I'm supposed to be so impressed by them, and I'm just not. And sometimes I honestly worry that I might be void of feeling. I might be numb in a lot of ways. But yeah, don't let this LexChat persona trick you. It is a piece of me, but when you're coming to work with me, you're not getting radio personality Lex. You're getting professional Lex. You're getting engineer Lex. You're getting vocal producer Lex. You're getting singer Lex, you know? So, excuse me. I just want to remind people of that please respect the hats that I wear. Please respect the hats that I wear. And please don't expect me to be, this was gonna sound bad, but I guess I should just say it how it comes. Don't expect me to be super friendly to you when we're working in the studio. People who get the bubbly side of me, they know me personally and I'm comfortable being around them. When I'm in these networking situations, honestly, I have to put on being excited to be around this event, even though it is very draining for me. And I usually just lock myself in the house for a while after going out to these events, because it's a lot of energy. It's a lot of meeting people. Hey, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? How can we work? I got to make sure I'm like following up with you afterwards. It's just a lot of work. So Yeah, respect that I'm not always bubbly in every capacity of my life. Everybody has different lanes that they're in depending on the environment that you put them in. Let's see, number 4. Fourth confession and or unpopular opinion. Lately, I have not been feeling music at all. I haven't written anything serious for myself in a long time. And a long time for me is probably at least 2 months. It's been like 2-3 months. I haven't really written anything for myself. I think I'm using up too much of my mental capacity for the marketing side, and it's taking away from my creativity. It's taken away from my creativity. So, to kind of go along with, I mentioned being numb. And this is actually something that really concerns me because I've been getting numb to, I don't really get excited about networking events. I don't really get excited about meeting celebrities. I don't get excited about certain opportunities. I don't let myself be excited about stuff because I'm always worried about what's coming next, what's coming after that. And so in a lot of ways, that's helped me to deal with the constant rejection that I'm exposed to being a music artist. But it's also caused me to form numbness as a defense mechanism. And I am fearful that the numbness is bleeding over into my creativity. I'm creatively numb right now. And that is a very scary place to be as an artist. And I kind of wonder, am I slowly accepting my supportive role as an engineer? Because even though I am grateful that I got nominated as Engineer of the Year, it's still man, that's because a lot of my energy goes into engineering. And despite the fact that I write music and I sing and I rap and I release music, I still get more recognition for being an engineer. That has gotten a lot of energy. Even though, I've been working hard to also make sure I get out the house and perform and meet people and collaborate with people. But still, it feels like a kind of being recognized for that feels like a rejection of me as an artist. Does that make sense? Because I'm being praised for this over here, I feel like I'm not valued as this over there. So it's kind of like an internal battle that's been going on in me. But I am definitely grateful for the nomination because my purpose, what I believe my purpose to be, one of my purposes, is to help usher in better quality artists so we can get better quality music in the future. I think the reason why we have the type of music we have and we're in the creative environment that we're in is because there's a lack of education, there's a lack of people caring, and there's a lack of mentorship, there's a lack of reaching back to help the younger ones. And then there's also some pig-headedness on the side of the youngins. They don't want to listen to OGs a lot of times. So that might play a role into it as well. But I truly believe that one of my purposes is to help teach the younger generation how to do things a certain way, and also to just teach them how to write better and do, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm not completely upset with being recognized as an engineer, but I want to get recognized for my music too, dagnabbit. The Radically says, you made some noise though. Before you get lost in the shuffle, make some noise. Let them know you're there. Bend your own card. And that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. But yeah, engineering pays the bills, and that's what I get most recognized for because that's where I'm always at. But to your point, the Radicales, maybe this is also something that I struggle with too. I've been too damn humble. It's time for me to stop being as humble as I have been. I'm not a braggadocious type of person. And yes, that is a word. I'm not a braggadocious type of person. And let me just make sure I'm using this properly. Definition, braggadocious. Oops. Oh, there's 2 G's in braggadocious. Oh, okay. Braggadocious, boastful or arrogant. I'm not a braggadocious kind of person. And, I have more of a nonchalant characteristic about me. People say it's, either the Virgo or the Sagittarius in me. I'm Sagittarius, but my rising and moon is like in Virgo, whatever that means. So it's like I'm a Virgo and a Sagittarius, I guess. But people would say I'm more nonchalant than anything. And I think because, and just like I talked about in the hot topics earlier, I'm so cool just being me and not playing into people's insecurities and not playing into people's expectations that I wonder if that is hindering me, because I'm not boastful about things either, right? I just am. I don't feel the need to have to prove myself. I just am. When you are what you are, you don't have to prove anything. You just got to show up and just be. And I do show up. But honestly, it does get a bit frustrating to, cause I'm also a broke artist as well. Like I make just enough money to pay my bills and take care of myself. I praise God. I just finished doing my taxes. And from what I've been seeing, it's nothing but God. Cause it's like, how the hell have I been surviving off of this income for this long? So it's nothing but God. It's nothing but God. And I got to give him the praise and the glory. This world of smoke and mirrors makes it much harder to see. Learning from you makes it clearer. You gave me all I would need. And looking out and through your eyes, I see your power in me. Anything I speak to life, it will be. Praise the Lord. Smoke and mirrors. Yes, I can sing that live because I got the voice, dag nabbit, and I'm trying not to curse because this is a clean family show, all right, that every artist, big or small, can learn from. Maurice Beat said you just have to show them you are a great artist. Virgo gang, gang, gang. I'm only Virgo because of the sun and the moon thing, but I was born Sagittarius, all right? But I got Virgo tendencies. So yeah, I am showing it, and I gotta be real creative because I don't necessarily make the money I want. Thank God for someone like a Maurice Beats who is like my partner in this, especially with Smoke and Mirrors. But yeah, it's like, I gotta be creative. The reason why I'm offering the $75 an hour thing is because I get it. It's expensive being an artist. And I gotta foot the bill. It's expensive. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. What is the next one? Number 5. If you believe you can survive by only doing one thing in music, you're stupid. And I stand on that. Do everything that you can. Make yourself valuable. The reason you're not where you want to be is because you boxed yourself. And this is all shade intended to whoever takes offense, because I have a lot of conversations with people, and I've had conversations with a friend who is in a situation because they will not get out of that box. They just don't want to explore other stuff. At least from the outside looking in, it seems like they don't want to explore other stuff. And exploring yourself will help to get you out of a bad situation. But you gotta be, like for me, right? People tell me I do too much, but all I'm doing is the stuff that I like doing. And I find a way to enjoy it first and foremost. But I also find a way to hopefully let it bring in income for me or have it benefit me in some way, right? So I'm not just a singer. I'm also an engineer. I'm not just an engineer. I'm also a vocal producer. I'm not just a vocal producer. I'm a songwriter. I'm not just a singer. I'm a rapper. I could be a producer, a beat maker, if I would stop being lazy about it and invest in that. But that's a whole nother beast to invest into. I'm also a model. I'm also a teacher. I'm also a fitness instructor, a certified trainer. A lot of things. I also love to read. And I brought that up because I mentioned in previous episodes, I thought I would meet somebody like Omarion on a music tip. But I got to meet him and touch him and see him in person because I love to read. And he so happened to have written a book called Unbothered, The Power of Choosing Joy. And he did a book signing. And the tickets were $50. And it was in Alabama. And I drove to Alabama to see him. Yes, I did. But we connected because of his book, because I love to read. Not even on a music tip. But we could also relate on music because we're both a part of that, right? But I probably would not have had that opportunity if I didn't also explore my love of reading. You know? Let me see. There are a lot of celebrities who like having me in the room because I'm a woman and I'm a singer and I'm a songwriter. But what they find a lot of times most valuable in me is the fact that I am an engineer. I can record the song. You could lock me in a room and give me a folder of beats and Pro Tools and just throw me in a room and lock me in there and I will come out with bangers. Assuming I'm in a good mood, you know? And people value that in me. But that's because I didn't just focus on being a singer. Even the decision to become an audio engineer, that was fueled because, all right, I love to sing, but how am I going to help myself achieve that goal? Singing is expensive. Being an artist is expensive. One of the most expensive things artists have to pay for is studio time. So let me figure out how to record myself so that I can save myself some money, build connections with studio owners, build connections with other engineers, other producers, studio managers, just whatever comes with being in a studio, right? And that was a dope decision for me. It's not exactly the singing, but it is a piece of it. All things are working for my good, you know? So if you believe you can survive by only doing one thing in music, I think you're dumb. And don't let nobody tell you that you're doing too much. Because I recently got off the phone with somebody the other day and they kind of tried to make me feel like I was doing too much. But they're not doing anything for me. I'm supposed to be impressed by your name. I love that you've done and achieved the things that you have, but you are not helping me in this moment right now. So why am I taking your advice when you've offered me no value other than your name, which I'm sure holds weight with some people, but action will always prove heavier with me. Action always holds more weight with me. Always. Don't let nobody tell you you're doing too much, because the other things that you're interested in are just as important to what you want to do, and they're just as important to who you are, because you are not just that one thing. You're not just a mixing engineer. You're not just a singer. You're not just a producer. You're not just a model. You know, we as people, we are so many things. We're multifaceted. So why would you limit your income? Why would you limit your skill set? Why would you limit your mindset? That's dumb to me. If you can do more, then do more. Parents included, the Radically. Yeah, parents included will tell you that you're doing too much. All while not offering to pay your bills because you're grown now. Slight shade. Slight shade. When you gonna come visit me? If I could afford to do that, I would. When are y'all gonna come down to me? Dag nabbit. It's gonna cause some tussle in here. Let's move on to the next one because we're past our hour mark. Unless y'all want to keep talking about it on Instagram. People on YouTube ain't saying nothing. But y'all lit on Instagram. Y'all lit. Real quick, I had to restart my camera. I'm gonna cause some tussles with these confessions and unpopular opinions. Let's see. Next up, number 6. And this one is a doozy for me. I think I may have a small mindset when it comes to money, because I feel like I'm always telling people how they can save money and do better with their spending. I'm always worried about not having enough money for myself. I wonder if that comes off as projecting insecurities onto others. This one hit me the other day because, I didn't grow up the richest. I don't think I grew up poor, but sometimes I look back on how I grew up and I just didn't have things that other kids did, or my parents didn't value things that other people's parents valued. Like, a lot of people I know grew up wearing Jordans and like Filas. And I've had my Nike Air Force Ones growing up, but I was Reebok. I had Skechers, Or people just know more about name brands than I do. Like, I couldn't name, like I didn't know what Mugler was. I didn't know what Balenciaga was. I didn't know what Off-White was. I didn't know what Supreme was. Like, I just don't, And the radically says it does. It does what? It comes off as projecting insecurities? Dang. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. But, people will just be telling me. Like, the kind of things they spend their money on, and I can't wrap my head around it. A lot of people seem very wasteful in the way that they spend. And I should say this, right? The reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people want to look like they're living a certain way, but they're not. They don't actually have the means to maintain the lifestyle that they want other people to believe that they're living. So that's where this is coming from. And so, because I've always had to be creative with my money as an adult, like here's another one, right, that ties into this. I don't know if my family would support my music financially as an adult because I've never asked them to. The radically says, when you know your power, and it's empowering to know that anything you ask for, you can get. Money will always come, just like you said. It's nothing but God. Yeah, like, I don't understand how I don't need to understand. What I understand is that it must be God, because you better not push my computer down, Katniss. What I understand is that it must be God, because looking back at my taxes and my income from the past year, from 2022, a lot of months I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do. I don't know. But I also attribute that to the fact that I can be creative with my money, and I know how to make my dollars stretch. And I guess I feel like I make myself look insecure when I'm telling people how to save money, because, like, I guess I feel like I have a limiting mindset when it comes to money in some aspects, because in a lot of ways I don't feel like I can afford certain things. And I don't usually, like, just now, and there was which one was it? I guess the ones where I talked to my brothers, it was that episode as well. I don't say that I can't afford things out loud, because I don't like that frequency. I don't like how that makes me feel. But I also don't want to deny my situation. I'm doing well enough to pay my bills and take care of myself, but I'm not balling like other people would probably try to say that I am. You know what I mean? So, but what I realized is I need to unlock some more things mentally for myself to attract more money and believe that I can afford certain things, or just learn how to get more creative of how to get it on a budget. But all of that to say, I be struggling too, dagnabbit. I be struggling. I'm gonna skip this one because this one is boring, and I don't want this episode to be too long. So let's see. I'm gonna share maybe like two more. The next one is, I'm afraid to have kids and have to raise them with some of y'all's kids because y'all are questionable to me. A lot of y'all are questionable to me. I don't like a lot of y'all's mindsets, and I don't want to have to fight the dumbass influence you might have on my future kids. So speaking of money, right? I didn't grow up with a lot of name brand stuff, but I love that looking back at it, because a lot of people that I know in adulthood, they're so concerned with labels and what it looks like to own labels. I'm glad that my parents did not emphasize name brand things growing up. Maurice Beat says, Lexi, no one is balling out here. They using a platform to make themselves seem bigger than what they are, to be honest. And that's true. And thank you for that, Maurice. That's a reminder in this social media world. That's a reminder that we have to keep telling ourselves. Perception is reality. Whatever you see, you believe. But we have to remember that people are playing with the optics. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors out here. This world of smoke and mirrors. Y'all gonna get sick of me. Be prepared to be sick of me with that song. But yeah, we have to remind ourselves, like, people are fabricating their success. They are wanting to look successful without having actually done the work to secure success. And that's what we got to keep reminding ourselves of. And I say that I'm afraid to raise my kids with y'all kids because I strongly dislike, I'll even go so far as to say I hate the mentality of a lot of people that I've been coming across online and some people that I know personally. Like, some people I know, they ain't got no hustle in them. Some people I know, they think it's cool to be partying every single weekend. Some people I know think that they can raise a child without a man, without a husband. Some people I know think that a child will be with you forever, but a marriage could fail. And I don't want them mindsets around me. I don't want y'all's dumbass mindsets around my kids. I don't have kids yet. I have no kids. I have a cat right now. Where is she? She's either in the closet or in her box. But I don't have kids yet. But when I think about the kids that I want to have someday, they deserve the best possible start that I can give them. And I know you can never truly be ready for kids, but I could at least make sure I put myself in a position and build a strong foundation for a family to be built off of. The Radically says women dating their sons. Right. It's disgusting. That is not your man. I had a conversation with someone the other day and she's like cool with having a baby by herself. And I don't want to associate with that mindset. That's so toxic to me. Cause like a lot of people think that, oh, I grew up without a father, so my kids will be okay without a father. No. How did that make you feel when you grew up thinking that your father didn't want you or thinking that you didn't have a father? Why would you put your kids through that? Yeah, sure, you turned out all right, but that's not the point. The point is to give them a better life than you had. And you're starting them at the same disadvantage that you started with. That's selfish. I don't want my kids to suffer certain things that I had to suffer. That's the whole point of having future generations, so they can improve upon the conditions. Like what? Like, and that's the kind of mindsets that's around. Like, and it's in the music, like I talked about earlier, right? This toxic music that we have. Everything's a transaction, or only go to their father for money, and that's toxic too. They think that just because you make a lot of money that you'll be a good parent. And to that I say, I hate people who say things like, oh, Nick Cannon got enough money, he could take care of all of them kids. No, he can't. Time-wise, he is bankrupt. And the man looks tired and stressed all the time because he has to work to take care of all these damn kids he's brought into the world. But you can't possibly... Legacy is more than wealth. Legacy is also character. If you're not there to actively raise your kids, then you are just as broke as somebody who didn't have the money to properly take care of theirs. Man, theoretically. So now that's all the kids know is you go to men for money. And that's all the women know. Speaking of these toxic mothers who date their sons, right? They're the same type of women that would have a transactional relationship with a man and wonder why they can't find a good man. Let me get off of that soapbox because that gets me pretty riled up. And I get dragged in comment sections for that, even though I don't know these people in real life. But it's kind of fun. Let's see. What unpopular opinion or confession do I want to leave y'all with? Because it's time to wrap this episode up. So anybody in the live chats, y'all got any last thoughts? Say them right now. Or if you want me to say your unpopular opinions or confessions, put them in the chat and I'll read them out loud. Let's see. My next one is... I think the music industry is dying. And, oh, my edges look good right here. I think the music industry is dying. Actually, wait a minute. They look a little skimpy. I think the music industry is dying. And if you still believe you can make a living as a performing artist alone without having to be a slave to a label, you are delusional. That is my last confession and unpopular opinion. I think the music industry is dying. Gone are the days of having artists the caliber of a Beyonce being able to make a fair living just performing. I think because of the way social media works, people, like I mentioned in the last episode of LexCHAT, people, we're in a spectator society right now. That's why we have followers on Instagram and subscribers on YouTube and followers on Twitter. Everyone's following and everyone's watching, but nobody's really getting involved. And I said this on last week's hot take in regards to Ice Spice and Chloe Bailey's albums releasing. And I said that no one's really going to care. And the albums won't sell that great because the way that we interact with and consume music has changed so much that there's no way they can sell at the levels that used to be standard over 10 years ago, when album sales were the main means and the main measure of industry success. The industry is dying. And I had a consultation with somebody the other day, yesterday, as of this recording, it was yesterday. And, oh my God, YB's still the best rapper. Get out of here, man. Okay, see, I love YB's fan base. Y'all go hard for him. I hope to have great supporters like that as well. But what was I about to say? The industry is dying. The industry as we know it is dying. Dang, y'all. You threw me off with that YB still the best rapper. I don't think so. I'm going to disagree with you. That's another unpopular opinion, sure. I don't like NBA Youngboy's music. It makes me sad. It makes me feel like I have anxiety. Right. So I was doing a consultation with someone the other day, and I said, don't just chase behind an artist, essentially. Also explore all of the different avenues that you can get to. So, okay. Maurice B says, well, I had to recently come to terms with myself about my sound kit, and now I'm updating my sound kit. That's good. That's good. That is good. That's progress. And it's not easy to point out that maybe we're not doing as great as we could be. Maybe we are standing in the way. Yes, keep these confessions coming. The Radically says that's deep, but I disagree. The system is dying. I would agree that the system is dying. Maurice Beat says the music industry is gone already. All the music industry is a fashion show now. It's a fashion show and it's a reality TV show. That's all it is. The Radically says Rod Wave sucks. So depressing. Listen, that's how I feel about Summer Walker and SZA. They make sad girl music, and I don't want to be depressed all the time. I got really excited when Summer Walker released that song with JT. I be that your ex for a reason, no. I was like, okay, we finally getting some versatility from Summer. We finally getting something upbeat. I like it. It's still toxic, but at least it's a different delivery. But yeah, I feel the same way about SZA and Summer. Their music makes me sad. And I feel the same way about NBA YoungBoy. Their music makes me sad. So the system is dying. I would agree that the system is dying. And I would agree that the industry is gone already. And you will not be an artist at the caliber of a Beyonce or a Michael Jackson or an Ashanti. We're not going to have those anymore. And that's why I said earlier, you have to make sure you diversify what you do, because don't let anybody make you feel bad for doing multiple things, because artists as we know it cannot survive on art alone. It's good that the labels are not the monopoly, because, gatekeeping is not an issue. But now the issue is oversaturation, and there's not enough quality, in my opinion. That's gone mainstream. So that's where I'm going with the industry is dead. Okay. Looks like we're having some connection issues. Thanks, Xfinity. Thank you so much. Can we get back online? There we go. Okay. Can we talk for a few more minutes so I can wrap up my show? I just want to talk for a couple more minutes, maybe like 10. Then I'll wrap up my LexChat. I'll just be singing for no reason. Anyway. Maurice B says, I'm happy to be in the music industry. We just in times where we can change the sound, but it will take more work. No A&R down our back telling us what music to create. Yeah, I don't like the industry. I like the creation of the music. I like the collaboration of the music. I hope that the industry, as most people have known it to this day, I hope it dies. Because it's not good, and there's a lot of evil, and there's a lot of manipulation, and there's a lot of darkness in it. And I hope it gets cracked open and exposed and changed for the better. So, in the interest of keeping this episode not so gosh darn long, let's move into our closing remarks. So thank you everybody to everybody who participated in the live conversation on Instagram and on YouTube. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in live. It definitely makes the conversation a lot more interesting when I don't have guests. Y'all are like my co-hosts. So yeah. So remember that we do these live conversations every Wednesday night. And if you missed the live conversation, then you can catch the replay on Mondays at 8 a.m. on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on YouTube, on iHeartRadio, and a few other podcast platforms. Alrighty. Again, if you are watching on YouTube, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I post a new piece of content. If you would like to go the extra mile in being a supporter of mine, then please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/LexCATL. That's patreon.com/LexCATL. If you are listening on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts, then please make sure you rate it. Give me 5 out of 5 stars and leave a review. All of these things help me to get pushed into a wider audience. Let's see. Maurice has one more thing to say. I agree with you, Lexi, but I think I will die. I think you meant it. I think it will die. Become more great artists because more great artists are starting to come to the forefront, but the music industry does have a bunch of untalented people that are internet influencers. I like that take. I would agree with that. The current system, I hope, dies. Die. And then they all died. Shout out to was that his name on The Croods? The Croods. Yeah, I love that movie. Anyway, so last mentions of the sponsors. Last mention of Eb Slade for hair and makeup on Instagram at Eb Slade, EBSLAYED for full service hair and makeup. Tell her LexC sent you. Shout out to G.L.O.R.Y Apparel, God's Love Over Rebellious Youth .store. Or find them on Instagram at G.L.O.R.Y Apparel 1. Click on the link in their bio and buy from the Loved Ones collection. Part of the proceeds go to sponsoring therapy sessions to help the mental and emotional health of those in need. Last mention of my announcements. Remember that on Sunday, February 19th, the Pan-Yarders Mass Band launch will be happening at Caribbean Connection Cultural Center. That's at 2620 Park Central Boulevard, Decatur, Georgia. On Saturday, February 25th, the 90s sitcom Prom all-day market. Performances start at 8 p.m. at Atlanta Utility Works at 2903 R.N. Martin Street in East Point, Georgia. Don't forget to wear your 90s outfit. And make sure you select my ticket link when you go to the Eventbrite. It's the one that has LexC next to it in parentheses. $15 and all of the ticket sales go directly to me. So I really greatly appreciate it if y'all could support me on that one. Next last mention, I've been nominated for Best Engineer of the Year by the Black Only Soul Awards. I was nominated as well as Lex the Engineer, Low Key, Juice God, Flyboy Breeze, Nelson Cruz, OG Frat Bana, He the Artist, and YZDB. Congratulations to all of the nominees. Thank you so much to Black Only Soul Awards and everyone who put me in position to be nominated. Make sure that y'all please cast your votes to help me win as Best Engineer of the Year by going to bosoulawards.com. Click on vote, enter who you're voting for, put LexC, what category. The category is Best Engineer. Enter your email address and make sure you follow NTI TV Network and BO Soul Awards on Instagram. It's my first time being nominated for anything and about to go hard with the campaign to get me to win Best Engineer of the Year. The award show is going to be held on March 4th in Atlanta, Georgia at VS1 ATL Studio at 535 Millam Avenue Southwest in Atlanta. Tickets are going for $65 to $70, okay? Next up, I went to the Bronx, New York to perform for a show. It's called Next Sound Studio Live, and I'm kicking off season 5 as the premiere episode. The premiere is going to air on Thursday, March 23rd on YouTube. The pre-show starts at 8:30 and my show is airing at 9 p.m. right after that. So join me online on Thursday, March 23rd for the premiere. I will be watching it live along with all of you and I'll be in the chat. So join me there, all right, virtually. And lastly, to celebrate the release of my first gospel song, Smoke and Mirrors, produced by Maurice Beats, I've been giving away $100 total of gift cards or cash. Our winners have been Detroit Dope, Child MC, Lit_Train25, and tonight's latest draw, official Mr. Flat Shoals 74. Congratulations. One more name is going to be drawn next week for the remaining $20. Pay attention to my Instagram page at LexCATL and stay tuned in for LexChat for the drawings, okay? Thank y'all so much for rocking with me for this long, unconventional episode of LexChat where I just threw out all of my confessions and unpopular opinions. Well, not all of them, most of them. I had 14 and I think we only went through like 5 or 6 of them. But yeah, thank y'all so much for tuning in. My name is LexC. Until next time, peace.
Yes, I see.